Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's Quinton here and welcome back to tutorial number 16. And in this video we are going to continue talking about the CSS box model, and in particular I'm going to be talking about the border property of our CSS box model. So I'm actually using code from the previous tutorial over here. And if you guys obviously don't know what padding and that kind of stuff is, you need to go back, watch the previous video, and then come back and you will be up to date to watch this video. Okay, so there are three different properties that we're going to work with when putting a border on our web page. Okay, and like I said, a border is basically just a decorative pattern around the outside of our box. Okay, so the first property that we can work with is the border style, and this is basically what do you want your border to look like, and there are a few different options that you can put in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in solid, so that's just going to give us a solid border, but then there's also dotted, dashed, ridge, inset and outset, and a few others. So I'm going to leave a list in the description of the video below, and you guys can go ahead and just try them all out and see what they all look like. Then the second property that we're going to work with is going to be the border width, and this is obviously how wide or how big you want your border. So I'm going to go ahead and just put in 5 pixels, and then we've got the border color. So this is just what color do you want your border to be, and I'm going to go ahead and just type in blue over here. Now when we save this and go back to Firefox and click refresh, we have a 5 pixel wide blue border that is solid all the way around our box. Okay, and just so you guys can get an idea of what some of the other styles look like, let's go ahead and try out dashed. And if we go ahead and refresh, now you can see we've got a dash border, which kind of makes it look like that we should have cut it out with a scissors, you know, like those patterns on plastic wrappers and things that you buy. I don't know. Okay, so there's that kind of look. Then you've also got dotted, which we'll try out now as well. Go ahead and click refresh, and that's just like a bunch of dots. So those are a few of the different styles, but you guys can go ahead and try the rest out. Like I said, there will be a list in the description below. But now this actually does look a little bit tedious, because this means that every time we want to put a border around something on our web page, there are 3 lines of code involved. And just like all the other properties that I've shown you guys in the past, there is actually a shortcut to doing this. Okay, instead we just have to put in the property of border, and then we go ahead and put in the size. So we'll go put in the size of 1 pixel, and then we'll put in the pattern or the type style. So let's go ahead and say let's go try ridge out, and then the last thing would be the color, which let's just change that to red. So I think 1 pixel is actually a little bit low, you're not really going to be able to see that, so let's go ahead and make it about 3 pixels. Okay, and now when we go back and click refresh, you can see we've actually got this 3 pixel wide border around our header now, except it's actually in the ridge style, which doesn't actually look too great in this color. You can't really see it. Maybe if I made it a little bit bigger. So let's go ahead and make that 8 pixels. Click refresh, and as you can see, that's a lot more clearer. Okay, so that's what the ridge border looks like. And again, there might be some times where you don't want a border all the way around this box. Okay, so sometimes you might only want a border on the top, or a border on the bottom, or a border on the top and the bottom or something, but not on the left and the right. We can go ahead and do that as well. So if we clear this out, we can just type in border top. So this means that we'll put a border on the top, and we can choose that to be 4 pixels, solid green, and we can also, just for interest's sake, put one on the bottom. So border bottom, and we'll make that 8 pixels groove, and let's try orange, I guess, if I can spell orange right one day, hopefully. Haha, okay, cool. Let's go ahead and click refresh, and as you can see, we now have a green solid border on the whoopsie daisy, I clicked on something I shouldn't have. Okay, so we've got a green solid border on the top of our box, and then we've got an orange grooved border on the bottom. So that's how you guys deal with borders, and that's pretty much all I have for you guys in this video. So don't forget to subscribe. Please feel free to leave a comment, like, or share the video. It's really going to help my channel grow, and I'll see you guys in the next one.